Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Tom Spark Reviews. Today I'm going to be discussing 5 common VPN myths that I'm gonna debunk. So guys, why would I know anything about VPN myths? Well, I've rated pretty much every single VPN there is, rated them on VPN tier list. If you guys want to see my top rated VPNs, go ahead and check VPN tier list or check the description down below. I'll put discount links and free months for certain VPNs that'll help support the channel. And this video and this channel are not sponsored by any VPNs. So guys, I see a common thing a lot of days from privacy or maybe more tech related YouTubers. They're saying, hey, VPNs are over marketed, you don't really even need one anymore. But how do they explain the growing decline in privacy worldwide? Look at this article. What's behind the increase in data breaches? Ransomware gangs are on the rise, allowing even criminals with minimal computer knowledge to get into the game. Check out this article. What Trump's return means for encryption, talking about how a lot of these politicians want to break encryption and stuff like that. And there's even the threat of quantum encryption in maybe 10 years. A lot of VPNs are starting to safeguard themselves ahead of that. But outside of that, guys, though, it's very common knowledge in the privacy and OPSEC community that there are still tons of dangers out there when it comes to everyday privacy. The advent of AI and these tools make it easier for the basic person to become malicious. First of all, there's still tons of scams going on the internet when it comes to cryptocurrency, people trying to scam you all the time in the email, and you might even just get spam texts all the times. Now, VPNs don't solve every one of these issues, but VPNs are very important for the fundamental ones. Take, for example, internet service providers. They could do whatever they want with you pretty much nowadays, sell your data as much as they want. And yeah, a lot of states in the United States can't even watch porn. VPN can fix these things. It can protect your internet from internet service providers so they can't just sell all your data, see what websites you're visiting, stuff like that. Outside of just protecting your IP while torrenting, which is one of the reasons a lot of people use VPNs. VPNs can also help with unrestricting websites in geo regions, like I mentioned for the porn thing, but also people use VPNs across the world, not only just for that ability to unblock websites, but for the ability to just have a free internet at large. That actually kind of brings me to my next point. A lot of people say, don't use a VPN. One of the myths is that VPNs slow your internet too much. And that can be true for some VPNs, but I just did a study last week discussing some of the biggest VPNs out there and how they affect your speed. In my findings, some VPNs did kind of impact speed quite a bit. Around 20% IP-Vanish didn't do too well. Private internet access wasn't working with WireGuard, so it didn't do too well either. But NordVPN specifically actually increased my speed or had a little to no effect. Surfshark as well, and ExpressVPN also did pretty solid as well. So yeah, there are some VPNs out there that could actually increase your speed maybe, or just at least the best case scenario, not affected at all. So yeah, myth number 2 disproven. VPNs can make your speed slow. Well, not really, as long as you pick the right one. Another common thing I see is that VPNs are really for only illegal activities. You know, maybe people only need them for anonymizing your torrent IP or something like that. But that's not really the case. A lot of people use VPNs for the basic reasons like privacy, like I mentioned, not piracy, but there are also other reasons people use VPNs. Take, for example, workplaces use VPNs to encrypt their traffic, access files remotely, and some services out there that I recommend and use, like NordVPN, even have unique meshnet features. And basically what this does is it lets you access your computer when you're not at home, to access your media server, share access to LAN gaming with friends and stuff like that. So VPNs nowadays have a lot of interesting features just beyond the kind of concept of encrypting and privacy. Some VPNs have extra cool things that will not only increase your privacy, but also give you more usability with various different things. Lots of VPNs are offering password managers, various different online storage options. Definitely a lot of things VPNs are now offering nowadays bundled in that are pretty good value. One of my favorite products actually that a VPN does make is Incogni. Surfshark made this one. Now Incogni is a very interesting tool. Basically we'll go to all the different data brokers out there, like various things like white pages and websites like that host your information, and will remove the information from the internet so people can't dox you as easily. So these kind of things are not necessarily within the concept of VPN, But like I said, these VPNs have bundled offerings. Surfshark bundles this in. If you want to check out that deal, click on my link in the description down below for Surfshark. This is one of my favorite tools, and this is kind of things that VPNs are doing. Also, some of them like Surfshark also have antivirus built in. So yeah, the concept of a VPN is kind of changing into a VPN kind of security platform. And yeah, a lot of these things are kind of going beyond just torrenting and stuff like that, I would say, to be honest with you. Another concept I've seen thrown around is all VPNs are the same. All VPNs are mismarketing, doing things the wrong way. But if you ask me, I'm the one to tell you that is simply not the case. And how do I know that? Well, I've pretty much reviewed every single VPN out there, and look at the wide disparity in features, pricing, privacy. There's so many differences between VPNs, and that's one of the reasons why I made this channel. Nowadays, a lot of these VPNs are kind of irrelevant, and they're not even up to date anymore. So in some ways, it's less competitive than it was back in the day. A key number of VPNs have really kind of taken over most of the market. But that said, there are still a lot of differences between VPNs. Even my top rated ones have some core fundamental differences. They're not exactly the same, especially with some of the bundle offerings they offer, some of the unique features they offer, and stuff like that. Another myth that is probably not as common as it used to be is that free VPNs can be useful. However, if you go to the Google Play Store, look up VPN, all these VPNs are kind of owned by similar companies, and most of them are based in China, selling and collecting your data. Look at this, these top three here, I've reviewed these on the channel before. They're awful. I don't know how they still kind of game the system to be up here. 100 million downloads. I don't know how. Mostly it's just sell your data. You pay a lot of money to get mediocre speeds and so forth. But the myth that free VPNs are just as good as paid ones, well, that is simply categorically, unequivocally false. And check out some of my reviews on these ones if you don't believe me for more detail. This meme describes it perfectly. There's kind of a myth out there that VPNs do not guarantee complete anonymity, however the fuck you say that word. Anyways, guys, so there's a lot of people out there saying, like, don't use VPN. It's not going to make you anonymous. It's not going to make it so nobody in the world can find you. Well, no shit. Hyperbole much? Yeah, probably. VPNs are not the ultimate security tool. They're not going to make you the perfectly invisible person on the internet, but that's not really what people are using VPNs for. It's kind of like saying, McDonald's not going to give you a 5-star meal. Well, no shit. That's not really what McDonald's is trying to do. In the same way, VPNs are not trying to make you perfectly anonymous. VPNs at the end of the day primarily encrypt your internet traffic so your ISP can't sell your data. They also hide your IP while torrenting, among the other very useful things I mentioned when it comes to unblocking geo restrictions and the wide variety of tools these VPNs are now bundling in. Do they make you anonymous in terms of 100%? No. Do they get you closer to being more anonymous, more private than you were without even getting into this ecosystem? Well, of course. But it's just a funny thing I like to see people saying, hey, VPNs are logging all your data and stuff like that, when most of the good VPNs out there have no log audits, privacy audits all the time and stuff like that. People who like to have this clickbait idea really like to generalize VPN and lump them all together to make a clickbait video. And that's another myth I've seen. So definitely think about that one, guys. Anyways, guys, thanks for checking out this video. If you like this video and you want more like it, let me know down in the comments down below. Give me some of your ideas. I'll make videos based on your ideas. And as always, check out some of my discount links in the description down below with 3 months as well. And I'll see you again in the next video very soon.